Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Bloodstained, where I'm kind of, I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed by the side missions, specifically the side missions to acquire keepsakes of people who died in this terrible fight against the demons, and to kill the demons themselves. Largely because these quests are so completely generic. Like, you don't... Like, when the quest started popping up and been like, you need to find mementos of these lost individuals. And I was expecting there to be, like, actual mementos you had to find, unique items. Ah, damn it. I was expecting you to find unique items in the map that are unique to those people who died. Rather than just bring in any old piece of armor you just happen to find lying around. Like, you're not actually looking for the people who killed them in order to gain vengeance. You are just looking for a group of people and saying, like, yep. Oh. Increased ammo capacity. For some reason I thought that would actually be a weapon, but... Ooh. No, this is the fast travel system. Okay. Yeah, instead of just finding, like, a random group of people, I don't know if this game... Yep, it does. Like, I need to kill 3 Dullahammers, and 4 Gearmunds, and 2 Sabnoks, and 4 Barbatos. Like... And I think, like... There's a lot of things that kind of lead towards, Okay. Oh, hello. Like, you look at the way that the item creation, system in this game is, like, for cooking recipes. Elf ears. Ah. Wearable ears that resemble those of a certain Sylvan race. And now she has elf ears. Fancy. But, like, the cooking recipe isn't just about finding the best recipe, as much as also finding all recipes. That really looks like an area I should be able to jump down. You're just going around like the chef from Final Fantasy 15, finding a new recipe. And random places to sit down, I guess? Although Symphony of the Night had a few of those, just chairs that you could sit down for no particular reason. Okay. So it's got short range, but it's fast. It's interesting playing this game versus playing, Secret of Mana. Because you only have one attack animation. It makes it seem a little bit more basic. Ah. Wait a second. Should I have jumped downward first? What is down here? A whole bunch of stuff I'm probably ill-prepared for. Also, this game is very quiet. It had a lot of good music over on the Galleon. But then the music has kind of disappeared. I'm expecting it to come back, when I actually arrive inside the... Ooh, an 8-bit coin. When I actually arrive inside the, castle. But having extended periods of time in which there are no sounds just feels a little bit odd, especially for a... there we go. Especially inside a Castlevania-esque title. I wonder if that's for design purposes, or as much as, like, the budget. And that's something I've brought up a few times, because it is a Kickstarted game. There is another game that I've Kickstarted, that I've played, and you could see the limitations of that budget as well. I was not expecting to be able to go this far. I was expecting the game to stop me at some point. Okay, so she can only tread water and look extremely silly while doing so. Okay. And take huge damage from the fish inside. This is clearly not the way forward. But it's kind of interesting that the game gives you access to that section so quickly. And I will die horribly for my discretion. My discretion or my transgression? One of the two. Either way will probably end in my death before I manage to get to a save point. Though, the lighting looks very good. Ah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Ah! Yeesh, talk about highlighting your entrance with a falling statue. Who dropped the statue? I don't know. They're out there, somewhere. Call forth a bat, and set it upon my foes. Ooh. Those are very photorealistic images of people. I wonder if they're the Kickstarter backers. Ah. And I now finally am doing enough damage that I can kill these guys in one hit. Or are they the developers? Also? Okay. So I'm getting a lot of these. Oh, hello. Ah. There you go. Whoops. There is a lot less space on this chandelier, which has some nice swinging mechanics. Ah, and I leveled up, which I believe... Nope, you do not get your health back for leveling up. There is no reward. Alright, let's see what's down here first before I start climbing up too high, because it could be... Nope, it is not. Ah, so that's a Gearmund. I'm supposed to kill several of those. And that guy only responds to magic. I am almost dead, I can tell because of the extra vibrations. Okay. So there is a pit where this blood is. I don't know if I need to drain... the, pool of blood. Whilst attempting to create my homunculus, I discovered a strange formation of white crystal growing on the subject. What is it? A sign, at long last, that my studies are progressing. I must observe it diligently and learn all I can. The crystal I discovered appears to be multiplying. Slowly, its corruption spreads through the cadaver I chose as a subject. It is a marvelous substance, neither entirely a liquid nor a solid. As soon as I have enough, I shall begin experiments to discover its other properties. Most mysterious. And finally, a save game. I can sit down, be casual, and regain my health. And I have definitely traveled quite a ways. Now, it looks like there are some items I passed up here, including a map. So I'm going to travel back to that room in hopes that I will acquire a map, assuming that is a map and not just a document to collect. Which is always a potential. These bats are a little bit more dangerous in this game than they are in the previous. In the Symphony of the Night game, because or actually in all those Castlevania games, because bats move really, really slowly. Oh, hello. That was very awkward, but eventually successful. And you know, it is definitely a very convenient thing that it still shows the treasure that you've missed. And oh, I actually can't go past this layer. A leather chest guard. A chest guard made of tanned leather. What does that get me? Call forth a demon and set it upon foes. So, hold on. I think I did a few of these. So I took out those two. And now I just have one more of these guys to go through. Yeah, these bats are fast. And these guys, not so dangerous. They're basically like your typical zombie from the early games. Dude, level up. So I shall go save my game again because I'm already down like half health. No reason to continue too far while... Now, I wonder if is there something that tells you how corrupted you are, or is that going to be more of like a plot-related, like a plot device? Because they talk about in the dialogue the act of possessing too many shards. Is something that will corrupt her body. that. There we go. And, ooh, a chest. With money. And who are you, sir?
Miriam? It can't be.
Alfred?
Why are you here? Johannes, that fool of an apprentice should have stayed out of this.
You have a lot to explain for. After all the terrible things you've done?
All that is in the past. I'll not be defending my actions to you.
Don't I deserve it? You were like a father to me.
Enough, child. I am here for the book. Jeeble has the book.
What are you talking about?
Also, whatever happened to the what?
If you don't already know, then let us keep it that way.
Alfred, how are you still alive?
Johannes, you should be sitting in the workshop and doing nothing, like I told you to do. Also, his belt has a lot of holes for the belt. Like, it looks as though his belt can be worn by somebody several sizes larger than him, and also a whole bunch of sizes smaller than him, and still have like tons of extra belt loop just hanging off of there.
Ugh, what were you thinking in coming here?
You can answer my question first.
All that matters is that I am alive. Did you come here for the book?
Book? The Liber Logaeth?
Make no mistake. I won't let anyone touch that tome but me.
It's very convenient that Johannes knows what the book is.
10 years ago teach you anything?
I don't have time to argue with you. I just hope you are wise enough not to get in my way.
What?
You know full well my power exceeds yours. Take Miriam and leave this place. Otherwise, you will die.
I came here because something didn't feel right. But I didn't expect him.
Thank you for explaining why you left your post. Now go back to your post, sir.
Johannes, what is the Liber Logaeth?
Oh yeah, and that first.
It's a book the Alchemy Guild once possessed that allows for the summoning of spirits. The guild used it to bring about the calamity 10 years ago. And the Shardbinder's crystal acted as a kind of catalyst.
A book like that shouldn't even exist.
I know. Alfred must be trying to restore the
Because
Alchemy Guild's
books
power,
are dangerous.
But we cannot let him lay hands on the Liber Logaeth.
He said Jeeble had it. You know, I think I might have seen it.
It makes sense, considering the situation we're in. He must have gotten his hands on it after surviving the sacrifice.
So now I have to stop Alfred too.
No, let's focus on Jeeble. If we can get to him and the book before Alfred does, we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Good point. All right.
Dominique might know what to do about Alfred in the meantime. I'll head back to the village and see what she has to say.
Alright, have a good time. Heading back to the village. Although I've made like a few paths that I could go on. Oh, hello. Oh, you son of a... Damn it. Okay, so here's where this game has slight varieties to attacks. Always stab forward. When crouching, always stab forward. But when you're aiming down and left, you can stab down and left, which is tricky. It only becomes a problem because I'm using the analog stick to move. So when I crouch, I'm usually in between directions. I'm not generally holding down exactly. So, is that the game's problem, or is that my problem for using the analog stick? I'll blame the game anyway, 'cause why not? Ooh, a transition screen. The Garden of Silence. Who are you? A weed plant. And now it's actually... And now it's actually useful to be... Oh, hello. To be stabbing low. Oh no, I'm stabbed. It's kind of odd, like this the stabbing shards that she absorbs into her body. Very in line with Order of Ecclesia, where she's just absorbing these dark... Actually, Order of Ecclesia and Dawn of Sorrow is an area of sorrow, where you're just absorbing these dark spirits.
Fancy a ride?
Why? Are you offering one?
I could take you someplace most interesting. The rub, of course, is that obstacle standing squarely in our path. See?
I doubt I would be able to push it aside.
A shame you don't have a giant hand. And crazy things one could do with a giant hand.
I once knew a man with a giant hand. He was so cool. Okay, so I've got to find a giant hand in order to progress in that direction. That is too tall for me. Is this path? A war horse's key is required. Okay. Nope. No, no. Ah, there we go. And then we got big guy on the right here. Yeah. Oh my. Is that a chainsaw sword? Ooh. Ah. Okay, that looks like a trap. And the thing is, I don't really have a nearby save game. Okay. I'm going to use one of my potions because that nearly killed me. Also, I guess I'm not ready to go forward just yet. Can I jump over you pretty safely? Let's see, I can't go up there. Ah, the good old days of the Symphony of the Nights and the Portrait of Ruins. Ah, damn it. Where you're just wandering around and like, where do I actually go? Ah, nope, ah, damn it. Why are there so many bats? Okay, I'll use this as an opportunity to go back to the save room and save my game while I'm healthy. Or try to say, save my game while I'm unhealthy, so I can become healthy again. I don't know if... I think there was a path I skipped back in this direction. Path upwards through here. Ooh, more bullets. I wonder if the game wants me to use a gun. That was terrible. Or maybe my gun just isn't good enough just yet. Or the fact that I was using the most basic of bullets. And I don't know how I did that. Spin towards an enemy and transfer the momentum to your blade. So that's move back and then forward next, I think. I have no idea. That's very reminiscent of the spell system in Symphony of the Night. I never really used the spells in that game. Oh. Throw a bone in a designated direction. Why did that cause the screen to shake a whole bunch? Nope. It feels like this chandelier is occupying more space than it actually is. Like those extensions of candles on the left and right make the chandelier itself seem bigger. Okay, so this door is locked, so I can't proceed in that direction. Ooh, I got a sword. Excellent. Except I can't go up there either. There's at least this chest I can pick up. And got the bronze. Oh no! Eventually I'll be somewhat decent against these guys. Eventually. Okay, so I did knock out a few quests while I was gone, so I might as well backtrack, turn them in. I've avenged the death of Annette.
Good work. Here's your reward.
And I got some hemp. Okay.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
And I've avenged the death of Lisa.
Good work.
A brigandine. Which actually is what the other girl wants. But the brigandine is significantly better than what I'm wearing now, so I will wear it.
Have you learned it? Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Okay. Now, let's... He mentioned that he wanted to talk to, Dominique, see if she had anything new to say. So I think that might be a good place to start. Maybe talk to him, see if he has anything new. He has nothing.
Johannes, can you tell me more about what
here we go.
happened 10 years ago?
It started when the interests of the rich shifted away from the spiritual and esoteric in favor of more material investments.
As the rich are wont
The
to do.
alchemist's research was expensive, The guild members didn't want to lose their wealthy patrons, so they warned again and again that demons would come if people let go of their spirituality. But people don't change that easily. So the alchemists took a more drastic measure.
You mean us? The Shardbinders.
So in order to prove that people will lose their, like if people lose their spirituality, demons will come. They decided to lose their spirituality to cause demons to come.
It shames me that I was even connected to what they did. But at least you have the facts of it.
It's all right. Thank you for telling me.
Okay, so he's got nothing new to say. And also, let's see if I can trade in that 8-bit coin for something interesting.
Remember, not to rely too heavily on the shards. What are
How
you
much
going to
money
say?
can I get for some of these shards? Like, I know I'm not going to use all of them. Like, the head flail is awesome. But I might not use the summon bat or Gurmand. Especially the fly trap. Because you can only have one equipped at any given time. And I'm not going to be going to the menu to unequip and re-equip other one over and over again. That just sounds tiring.
Thank you. I'll be here if you need me.
So there are still demons outside?
Okay.
I'd rather keel over and die than spend another moment in a living hell like this one.
Oh, don't say that.
Never you mind me, young lady. What's your name? I'm Susie.
Miriam. Is there anything...
She doesn't say, I am Miriam. She only says, Miriam.
Well, I do enjoy a good meal, but I can't remember the names of the dishes I like.
I'll help you figure it out. I promise.
A portable snack.
I suppose I'll stick around and wait a little while longer. Did you bring...
So she's thinking about rice on a boat. Got it.
Did...
Okay. 1,000 blossoms. Riddle enemy with a blur of thrusts too fast to count. But I'm not using the right weapon in order to utilize that. Ah, there's actually a path up from here. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, making your way around the place. Does he have, like, a hole where his heart should be? Oh. A Morgenstern, which sounds like a heavy mace. A spiked mace that somehow resembles a star. Actually, I didn't actually look if that was any good. It's actually slightly stronger. With different damage types. I never really paid that much attention. I probably should pay a lot more attention to damage types. Several months have passed since I wandered into the castle. I've managed to survive thus far by rummaging through treasure chests without the monsters taking notice. Will I find something palatable today? For once, I'd like to crack a chest open and find a mouth-watering hunk of meat. I wonder if that's kind of like a joke towards all the various chickens and steaks you find kind of inside walls. That is a horrible moon That's not even in the distance. That's like mid-distance. It's like in front of the other buildings. That is not a good sign. When you see a red moon in front of other buildings nearby you, that is a reason to be worried. Ooh. And then this will drop me down to that hallway, so I will not drop there. Haha. Ah. Ah, excellent. And then this should lead me to the upper area of this section, which I'm not going to drop down because I do not have the means to get back up just yet. Or maybe I should just drop down and then go the long way back. That way I can pick up the items that are down there. I'll drop down and get this sweet obsidian. And this blunderbuss. Ooh, boots. Lethal boots. There are knives concealed inside the boots. Ooh, and that's more range than your regular kick because of the knives concealed inside. And she's got like a karate stance going on there, whatever. She's got martial arts stance going on from her kicks. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to take the long way around. Alright, now I'm back before the drop down. So I can carry on with my progress. Did I kill him? Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Create a defensive barrier by spinning your spear. I don't have a spear right now on me, so I cannot try that out. And finally, I can finally utilize this fast travel system. Which is very convenient that the game introduces this early on. Like for Symphony of the Night, you have to go all the way through to the end of the library in order to get to the fast travel system. And actually the fast travel isn't right next to the most useful point, which would be the library. You actually have to go through the entire library to get to the librarian every single time, rather than this fast travel system, which is right next to your little town, your little hub world. And by the way, I completely skipped the shop, so let's see if there are interesting things I can buy with the 8-bit coin. Was it Dominique who sold the interesting stuff? Or was it Johannes who sold the interesting stuff that you can exchange for the 8-bit coin?
Hi, Mir. What are we transmuting this time?
Yeah, so it was Johannes. And I have one 8-bit coin, so a whip bound by powers of darkness. Alchemist's shoes designed for guests both welcome and not. Huh. But their attack doesn't really seem that great. Huh. Can I make any food? I can make a rice ball, which is exactly what the old lady wants.
Great. I'll go with
And I'll make one for myself.
Great.
Which...
About the castle. It may not be much help, but let me tell you what I know. The castle itself was summoned from hell, demons and all.
Yes, I know this from playing Castlevania.
Is where the Alchemists Guild once lay.
Oh, okay.
So you may find traces of our facilities intermingled with the rest.
Now that you mention it, I do remember seeing an area dedicated to the study of Eastern mysticism.
Yes. And another of us was researching how to create giant organisms. Anyway, just be mindful of the facility's existence. The knowledge may keep you out of harm's way while you explore.
All right. Thank you.
So I shall eat one of the rice balls, which will confer that first time bonus of max hit points and max constitution.
Scrumptious.
Ooh, and it marks the item as having been consumed, which is very convenient. That way I don't have to keep track of it myself. So what do you think of this portable snack?
That's it. How did you know? Oh, I can't wait to try it. Oh, it's delicious.
Save some for me?
I feel a little better. Thank you, miss.
You're welcome. Don't give up. You're going to get through this.
Oh, a thorn whip. That actually seems potentially useful. A whip lined with thorn-like spikes. Although, like, I like the range, but I'd rather take speed over range.
Is there anything else you'd like to eat?
Yes, actually. But hang it all, I can't remember what it's called.
Hang it all?
I'll help you figure it out.
Craving something irresistible.
I suppose I'll
A
sit
pizza?
around and wait a little while longer.
Okay, she is craving a pizza. I suppose that makes sense. I'll just...
Hi, Mir. So, what'll it be?
Can I make a pizza just yet? I need pizza dough and cheese.
Alfred was your master, wasn't he?
Former master. Why?
I don't know. I was just wondering if you remember anything about him that I don't.
Fair enough. As I recall, he was studying ways of drastically slowing down objects.
That sounds an awfully specific
He was a
goal.
genius, to be quite honest, but I have no respect for
He
that.
made objects so slow.
Why not?
Because he fought against sacrificing you right to the final moment. Only to change his mind like a coward.
I see. Thank you.
Alright, now that that is taken care of, let us head back into the fray. Ooh. A fine healing item book. A recipe for a fine healing item. So the stone mask seems pretty good overall, but... Oh, okay. Save point. It's been a little bit since I've seen one that was very convenient. It's also been a little bit since there's been a boss.
Stop right there. I knew what you are. That ghastly air about you. You reek of sorcery, Shardbinder.
Ah, and what am I to make of you?
He seems to be held together by decorative tape. Ah. Damn it. Damn you. Okay, let's use one of these potions. That looks like a very typical counterattack stance. Oh. Okay, hello. That's very rude of you. Damn it. Nope. How rude of him to switch directions mid-attack. I am out of health. Yep, and I'm dead. Alright, let's try that again. Except now with the gun, which I've just used up all of my special bullets immediately. Okay, so a gun isn't particularly useful. Let's try the whip. Why am I still... Oh, okay. For some reason, I was stuck in my animation. That is very rude of you. Ah. Okay, let's switch from the head flail to the bat summon, which I do not have the magic to use. Okay, that did nothing. I wish I did a little bit more damage. Without... Nah. And I wish the whip was a little bit faster. I guess let's switch it over to something else that is a faster weapon, but maybe decent range. And I wish that dodge had invincibility frames. It does not. So he gets a parry move? I don't get a parry move. Do I? They haven't really shown me a parry move. Okay, so while he's in that stance, he really can't be hit or anything. Fly trap doesn't really seem to do that much. It doesn't really seem I can do that much in regards to him in that state, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I'm basically just... My only options are to do nothing and wait, or maybe to try to interrupt his... Or to get him really caught up in the act of turning around. That is very rude of him for changing direction mid-attack. And I still need to reduce him down in order to bring him down to the health that he lights his sword on fire. That. Oh, he didn't even light his sword on fire that time.
Zangetsu.
Here we go.
How many times do I have to tell you? Our enemies are the demons and those in league with them.
But my chains provide me the knowledge that I need to fight
And I
evil.
say, what is the difference? The alchemists were the gunmen, the shardbinders the gun. All must be dismantled.
In the case of the alchemists, you are right. They coveted the powers of hell and must pay for it. But Miriam is not like them. She is fighting for us, at great personal risk.
Really? You forget how many of our friends perished for similarly misplacing their faith.
Also, what is up? Oh, yeah, he uses the chains as a grappling hook.
And do
Like, I was
have
thinking,
this
like,
week.
what's up with all the chains on his
Closer.
gauntlet?
I was bored with her anyway.
Do your job, Zangetsu. You need to put a stop to Alfred.
And I will. But you listen to me, Shardbinder. If you value your life, then stay out of my sight. You can hold me to my word, Dominique. But don't presume to tell me what else I can or cannot do.
Alright. I guess that boss fight is finished.
I apologize for my acquaintance. He had no right to speak to you like that.
Pay it no mind. I've been through worse.
I want you to know that I trust you, Miriam, and nothing anyone says could ever sway that trust.
Cue upcoming scene where somebody says something that causes Dominique to not trust her anymore.
Well, you have my thanks. It's nice to know that I have someone on my side.
Zangetsu is a demon hunter from a land far to the east, in the tumult of a decade ago.
The tumult?
Perhaps even longer. Demons robbed him of everything precious to him, and he's despised everything to do with them since. His strength, however, is second to none.
I saw it for myself. I could tell he was holding back, but he was a handful regardless.
That wasn't even him with his full power.
Maybe it was a lack of conviction that dulled his blade. Well, I'll be off then. I mustn't leave Anne alone for too long.
Yeah, these characters seem to choose appropriate times to just show up and leave their specific area. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.